What's up guys, today I'll be going over all the new perks in Joker's Wild, starting off with the new Sniper Rifle perk Firing Line. This weapon deals increased precision damage near 2 or more allies. So first go ahead and shoot at the Ogre without the perk and see what I hit. I hit 3483, now with 2 or more allies nearby me to proc Firing Line. I now hit 4349, which is exactly a 25% buff, which isn't that big, but still one of the better damage buffs we have on snipers currently. Now the next perk is going to be 1-2 punch, which you see right here. Hitting an enemy with every pellet in a shot increases melee damage for a short duration, which obviously works really well versus bosses in PvE because it's very easy to hit every pellet. As you see right here, a normal melee hits 1197, now with the perk 1-2 punch, and now hits 3591, which is exactly 3x damage or a 200% buff on the melee, which is definitely very strong. And I actually want to test the DPS of this weapon with this perk. So right there in the Ogre, the headshot hit 4632, then the melee hit 3591 once again. Now testing the rate of fire, doing this 4 times, shooting the melee, 4.5 seconds, which means the DPS of the shotgun with 1-2 punch is just under 7.3 thousand DPS, which is actually a lot higher than just full auto on the shotgun. Up next we have the Doomsday grenade launcher with the perk Full Court, which increases detonation damage as the projectile travels further before exploding. So to get a lot of range, I'm just going to go straight into the beginning of Leviathan to shoot at these legionaries, and at close range it hits 4104 as you see right there. Now going as far back as I can while still being able to hit them consistently, I hit 5130, and I got that exact number multiple times from this range or even further beyond. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that is the highest buff you can get and the max range that this perk works at, which is exactly 25%, which also further makes me believe that that is correct. Next up is Multikillclip, which I've talked about a lot on this channel, so go ahead and talk about it a little bit more. Just like Killclip, you gotta get a kill and reload to proc the perk, but just like Rampage, it can stack up to 3 times, so getting 3 kills before reloading results in Multikillclip times 3, and the perk itself lasts for 5 seconds, just like Killclip. And looking at the percents of the actual perk right now, so with times 1, I hit 478, times 2, 597, and finally with times 3, I'm going to go ahead and hit 717, which is exactly 33, 66, and 100% buffs with times 1, times 2, and times 3, which is actually very high. Next perk we're going to be talking about is Demolitionist, which is pretty much the upgraded Grenadier perk in this game. So the first thing it does is upon kill, you get grenade energy back. As you see right here, go ahead and throw the grenade, get a kill, and get roughly like 20-21% of my grenade energy back, which means it takes roughly 4 to 5 kills, depending on how spaced out those kills are, to get your grenade fully back. Then the other part of the perk is when you throw your grenade, it reloads your weapon, as you saw right there. So you can chain this back and forth pretty much forever, and it works really well on a primary weapon, as you would imagine. Just every 5 kills, have your grenade back, throw your grenade. And that obviously pairs really well with armaments of Taken or Fallen versions, and I might make a video about that combo later. Next perk is going to be Swashbuckler, which is pretty much Rampage, but slightly different. So let's go ahead and talk about the differences right here. So first, the perk has 5 stacks instead of 3 of Rampage, so with times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, and times 5, these are the damage numbers that you're going to see right here. I'm not going to say them all because there's a lot of numbers going on. But if we go ahead and break down what those numbers exactly were, it's 13, 26, 39, 52, and 65%. So with the full times 5 stack, it is exactly 65%, which is the same as Rampage times 3. And the perk actually lasts for 4.5 seconds at base, which is the same as Rampage with Rampage spec. Now the most unique part of the perk is that when you get a melee kill, it procs the full times 5 stack instantly. Then obviously just like Rampage, every kill after that will reset the timer back to that 4.5 seconds, so you can chain this perk over and over again. And in a way, you can argue it might be better than Rampage. The next perk up will be Subsistence. Kills partially reload the magazine from reserves, but reserve capacity is reduced, which sounds pretty interesting, so let's go ahead and break it down. So first, when you get a kill with this hand cannon, it pulls 2 from the reserves and put it straight into the magazine. So the magazine only goes up by 1, it appears, but you have to remember I'm also shooting at the same time, so it's actually going up by 2. But it pulls that 2 exactly from the reserves, so you're not making ammo out thin air. But the downside of this perk is that it only holds 51. Now if I put it on a Midnight Coup, which is the exact same type of hand cannon and see how much it has at base, Midnight Coup has 138, which means you hold 2.7 times less ammo with this perk on a hand cannon. So you're giving up a lot of ammo for never having to reload, which might be a good trade-off depending on the way you play. Last perk in this video is going to be Shattering Blade, which only comes on the new sword, which pretty much says that when you use a heavy attack that uses your last bit of ammo, it does a lot more damage. So looking at that difference right now, with 1 ammo left, it hits a lot more as you see. and that was exactly 3x more damage or 200% buff, which is quite a lot more damage, but it's only on your very last hit of the sword, so I don't know that's really worth compared to something like Surrounded or something like that. So there's all the rapid fire breakdowns of all the new perks that you can get on the Gambit Prime weapons in Season of the Drifter. And I know it was very quick and very short, and that was kind of the point. This will be your go-to video to know exactly what all these perks do. So I hope you guys learned a lot and enjoyed that. While I was making this video, I kind of got a few ideas for future videos. Things like 1-2 punch on shotguns is actually pretty legit. It might actually be the new best way to DPS with a shotgun. So making another video breaking that down further is definitely on the table in the future. Then things like Swashbuckler versus Rampage is a serious topic I could break down even more. Then also Demolitionist paired with Taken Armaments or even Fallen Armaments is definitely a video I can make too. Anyways, let me know which one of these new perks you've been enjoying the most in Season of the Drifter. I personally like Multikillclip, even though I can't get it on my own account. That's definitely my favorite so far. So anyways, let me know what you guys like the best. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.